Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video for the 17th episode of Season 3 of Babylon 5 called War Without End Part 2. Don't forget you can see the full version of this video on my Patreon channel. Check out the link in the description below. Last time we saw a box that had been sealed on Minbar for over 900 years be opened, and it contained a letter for Ambassador Sinclair. Babylon 5 received a distress call from Commander Ivanova, saying that the station was under attack. The signal came from the same area of space that Babylon 4 was in the previous episode. Sinclair arrived on the station after reading the contents of the letter from the past. Delenn, who also received a letter, told Sheridan that they needed to take the White Star to the previous location of Babylon 4, and Ivanova, Marcus and Sinclair needed to go as well. Garibaldi took a Star Fury to the location of the Babylon 4 anomaly and saw the transmission from Susan, including a full-on attack from the shadows that came from 8 days in the future. On the White Star, Delenn told the others that a recording from the previous war showed Babylon 4 being used as the main base that helped them to coordinate the fight against the shadows. She also showed a recording of the White Star stopping an attack on Babylon 4 in the past, and explained that they are the ones who sent Babylon 4 into the past to fight in the war. Another passenger turned up in the form of Zathras. He gave each of them a time stabilizer that would protect them when they passed through the anomaly back in time. They managed to stop the attack on Babylon 4, but they were caught in a blast that damaged Sheridan's stabilizer and made him unstuck in time. John was sent forward in time, where he met Emperor Malari and witnessed severe damage and destruction on Centauri Prime. The White Star docked with Babylon 5, and they started to unload equipment that was needed to send the station back in time. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1.
Previously on Babylon 5.
I'm gonna need that. So the station's gonna be attacked in 8 days.
Time distortion can do terrible harm.
So we've seen him go forward in time, but it says it can do terrible harm. What harm?
Welcome back from the abyss, Sheridan. Just in time to die.
Well, that's pretty harmful.
But you did not think to clean up your mess.
As I said last time, a big part of your mess as well.
Oh. You abandoned us to the enemies you escaped from.
That you sided with.
This is the last year, and the last day, and the last hour of your life.
I'm obviously assuming that Sheridan's gonna go back to normal time. So is he going to remember all this? And if he does remember all this, is he going to talk to Londo about it all?
But I can't thank you properly for your role in it.
What about your role in it?
How long until the scanners are back on?
So that's the same commander from Babylon 4 we saw in the last episode.
Double all patrols inside the station in case anyone tries to breach the hull.
Too late.
We need to find an access panel. Usually they're sealed up once the station goes operational. With any luck, there should be a couple still open.
Sorry, I don't believe in luck.
Oh, hell.
Oops. That's a problem. Marcus was kind of looking around corners and things, so I'm assuming he's going to pop up in a second. But they've seen her. Oh, how far in the past are they? Is this 6 years or 8 years? They've gone back to Babylon 4. So they might, well, maybe not recognise Ivanova, but if they look through records of officers, they might come across her. She obviously wouldn't have been a commander, she would have been a lieutenant commander, but she probably would have been some sort of junior grade officer. Probably serving with Sheridan, because she did, didn't she? She served with him on board one of the ships. So it probably would have been back then. Oh.
But right now would be the worst time to be discovered, so it was logical it'd happen now. I don't believe in luck.
Evidence to contrary?
On the other hand,
Hang on. So he doesn't believe in luck, but he does believe that bad things will happen at the worst possible time? I would have thought they would kind of go hand in hand, that kind of train of thought. Oh, so that's something to do with the time thing. He's been pulled around a bit.
but no one.
Oh, he is literally been pulled back.
All right, let's see if this works.
What is it?
As if someone had just walked over my grave.
But because of John?
Who is it?
John.
Come in.
Oh. But this is in the future.
What are you doing here?
I didn't tell them anything. They tried to make me, but I didn't.
I could partly understand if she had a weird feeling all of a sudden if he'd gone into her past and he'd suddenly appeared in her past, because she would have then had weird feelings and probably memories all of a sudden perhaps appearing, again, depending on how their time travel rules work. But in the future, why would she have been affected in the past? That's weird, unless she's from a different time? Don't know.
I accepted this fate a long time ago. They cannot harm me.
No, she's from the future.
Our son is safe.
Son.
I love you.
She doesn't look older.
Let's got it. Let's go.
That'll be an alarm.
Hull breach in this area. Evacuate immediately. Pressure doors dropping.
So they're evacuating the area, saying that there's a pressure leak, but there isn't. Right, they got time to sort things out.
The last thing I remember, I was on the White Star.
Well, surely she'd remember all this from what happened in the past.
You told me long ago that you had seen this moment in our future.
Right, okay.
I never really believed.
Surprising, considering everything that's happened.
So many changes. So much pain and grief.
Careful what you tell him.
I see the innocence that went away so many years ago.
Something to look forward to.
You don't know any of what's happened, do you?
And you can't tell him because it could change things.
I get the impression that we won the war, but not completely.
The war is never completely won.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody ever completely wins. Yeah, there's always loss in a war.
We achieved everything we set out to achieve. We created something that will endure for 1,000 years.
Oh, I shouldn't tell him this.
The terrible, terrible price.
By telling him that could give him overconfidence. There could be a situation that comes up. I'm assuming he goes back, and if he's in a situation where he's got to make a choice, he might get overconfident because she's just told him that they win the war, so he knows they're going to win, but he might then make the wrong choice because of that knowledge, which means they might lose. She shouldn't be telling him any of this. That's a bad idea.
But we have a son.
Yes, we have David.
I mean, that, again, she shouldn't have told him that. Well, Londo said next time they meet, he'd die. Oh, she does look a bit older.
I have had considerable to drink. We do not wish to wake it.
It.
I gave a very good performance. It was satisfied.
Performance.
As long as you are dead.
Is that part of the performance? Is he not going to kill him? Ooh.
It cannot hold its liquor, you see. I can put it to sleep for a few minutes.
Minutes? That's not long.
I am in charge of myself again.
But I suppose if you're not. I'm assuming is that connected to him and sort of controls him. So I suppose if you're constantly under control, a few minutes of you being in control is actually probably like a lifetime.
But the few minutes have been growing shorter and shorter.
He's getting used to his liquor then. You don't sound too healthy.
My world, all I hoped for, gone.
Well, no, I don't think it's completely gone. There were some fires, but it looks like there's plenty of buildings still standing, so I would have thought there's still a lot to work for to rebuild. I don't think it's obviously not how many people have gone, but I wouldn't say it's certainly that city's not been leveled. There's still a lot to fight for. And obviously if he does pass, that would mean Via, well, maybe not directly becomes emperor, but he'll become emperor at some stage after Londo. We know that from that female Centauri's vision she had.
All I ask is that you and your allies help to free my people.
Free them? Free them from what? And who? Shadows? Even though the war's been won?
I can feel it beginning to wake up. Hurry, go on.
And he seemed genuine about trying to save them, to help save his people.
You are there, my old friend?
Yes.
Shakar.
You see, my keeper will awaken any second, and it will alert the others.
So it controls him.
I am as tired of my life as you are.
So has he lost his eye? So he's basically asked Shakar to kill him so that the creature wouldn't be able to take over and stop them from escaping, and basically said he has enough being under control. So Shakar did it, but then the thing's woken up and immediately seems to take control of Londo, and he's fighting back now. That was cleverly done, but wow.
What is it?
Is he going back in time again?
Do not go to Zahadum. Do you understand? Do not go to Zahadum.
And the lottery numbers are 5, 7, 24. Ah, too late. Are they both dead? Is that Via? I think he's from his walk. So he becomes Emperor straight after, literally. How do you kill each other, strangling each other? Surely one of you would strangle more than the other. Very unlucky you both strangle each other to death.
Perhaps power supply in suit will help activate time stabilizer.
He's quite mad, you know. He actually thinks that Sheridan's going to materialise in there.
True.
Dylan said that their great leader Valen came forward at about the same time.
So he is. Oh, that's quite cool.
No one ever listens to that.
So he did literally materialise right into the suit.
I feel like I could drift away any second, but yeah, I'm okay.
Where would he go? Back to the future? Back to the same time?
We have a 20% energy drop in the power core.
Increase output. We can't afford a brownout if we've got hostiles aboard.
Oh.
We have a surge in tachyon particles.
So this... Oh. So... in the previous... Not the previous episode, but the episode we saw a season or 2 seasons ago, the crew on the station were experiencing time jumps and they were seeing things in the past and future. So it's the fact that they put that big time stabilizer, whatever it is, onto the fusion reactor. He then increased the power, which caused some kind of surge. That's what causes the whole Babylon 4 flittering around in time and getting their visions. Okay. So that means they're probably going back. This is where the episode will cross over.
What the hell was that?
Is he going to make the distress call that they heard in the first episode?
So where are we?
We have moved 4 years ahead.
Which is exactly when Babylon 5
Yes.
appeared the last
From their perspective, 4 years ahead is back.
Ivanovan to Sheridan. Captain.
So Sheridan's gone.
He's gone again.
Yeah.
There's been a slight problem.
Oh. Another one?
We have to evacuate.
No, not after all this.
Major, if it's safe, we can come back.
Yeah, he's right.
Send out a distress signal.
I can understand from his perspective. He's kind of temporarily in command of, getting the station up and running when all the previous ones have been destroyed or whatever, and it's not even online fully yet, and it looks like it might blow up under his command. So yeah, I can kind of understand it, but his priority should be to save the people under his command. So is she having one of the visions that they were all experiencing in the first episode?
Hello.
Who was that?
But we can fix it, right? I mean, you're not going to keep getting older the closer we get to our own time, are you?
That'll be a yes.
I'll go back into the power core and try to readjust the equipment, see if we can stabilize this place.
So I'm assuming Sinclair and Garibaldi are going to turn up soon, and they don't see the White Star.
Ambassador Sinclair, I'm reading 7 ships.
So yeah, that's the...
I was wondering when they'd get here.
Yeah, it's him.
Who's on board?
I am.
Yeah.
We'll go in and check it out first. Once we know it's clear, we'll signal you to proceed with the evacuation.
Fasten then zip, or zip then fasten. Right. So yes, when Sinclair and Garibaldi arrived, they were told that they had captured someone on the station, and it was Zathras. So yeah, it's all it's so cool seeing it from this side of things, the other side. It's very clever.
Great idea if you can get there.
I can do it. I just gotta be careful. I got company.
Why'd she look funny and get up then?
Anything else unusual happened before the station vanished?
Yeah, this.
Zathras. Where's she going? Why does he always keep reappearing there?
I've never seen an alien like him before.
Not the one.
Because in the last episode, Sinclair said to Zathras that we'll meet again in the future, but you have to pretend that you don't know who I am. So that's why he immediately stood up going, oh, he's about to say, it's you, I recognise you. And then he remembered what Sheridan... Sinclair, I hate their names. Then Sinclair said to him that you must pretend you don't recognise me. So that's why he was like, oh no, it's not you. Yeah. So clever.
Not the one.
Yeah.
Zathras listens. He does, yes. Zathras listens and does what he is told.
Yeah, you're not the one you're the one from the past who we can't talk to. Need to talk to the current one.
Automatically can run the entire evacuation from the docking bay. Let's move out. Move out!
Could run the entire evacuation from the docking bay. Interesting. So he didn't say run the station, he said run the evacuation from the docking bay. At least he knows the systems.
Need place. Place to gather to fight.
I'm surprised he said this much, though.
Must have. Or it is the end of all.
What he said then kind of made sense for the first episode. He needed to say that for us to kind of wonder what was going on. But it doesn't make sense from what we know now that he gave that much information away. But it's still cool. Oh. So why is he appearing there now?
What the hell?
It is the one.
So he touches them and he flies backwards.
Zathras fixed. Quick, hurry.
So he fixed the time stabilizer.
And I passed out.
He must have fixed it.
No, Delen's SWAT. That's Delen's. So she was the one in the suit.
But if you're here, then who's running around out there in a blue suit?
Delen. Well, and Sinclair.
Too late. We gotta get out of here. We can't just leave him. You think I want to? We have to leave now, with or without you.
They barely even tried.
Go. Please. Go for Zatras.
He knows how important it is. He sacrificed himself for things to work out.
Garibaldi, do you read me? Watch your back, Michael. Watch your back.
Target is outside of communication range.
Yeah, he never received that message. Watch your back from what? Ah, was he trying to warn him? Because it was in the first season, at the end of the first season, that Garibaldi got shot in the back by his second in command. So was he trying to warn him about that? But it's already happened, so he can't. But yeah, that must be what it was, I think.
Zatras knew you would not leave him.
So is that Delen?
Trusts the one.
Yes. So I assumed, I think we were all meant to assume, in the first episode it was Sinclair who was in that suit.
That's right.
So this is the conversation that they had.
But it all happened just the way I remember it.
Yeah.
I know.
So yeah, we heard that conversation.
But this system isn't fully automatic, is it? Someone has to ride this thing back into the distant past. And it's a one-way ticket, isn't it?
Which he knew. He knew he wasn't going to come back.
I'll take it back because I've always taken it, and I always will.
Mhm.
It's already happened.
You don't know that.
Yeah, he does.
Whose handwriting is this? Mine.
Mhm.
I wrote this from the past, 900 years ago. I went. It's as simple as that.
Wrote a letter to yourself to tell you what to do.
My whole life has been leading to this.
Literally.
All Minbari believe is around 3.
Yeah.
All is 3. As you are 3. As you are 1.
Ha! What a great line.
You are the one who was. You are the one who is.
And the one who will be.
You are the one who will be.
Wow. All of them are the one.
In your heart, you know what Zatras says is true.
You can see John smiling. Yes, he does.
Zatras' place is with the one who was.
So he's going back as well.
We have a destiny.
He looks proud of it. How do you write lines like that? I mean, it's all amazing, but that speech, wow.
Stand by to break seal. It's what he wants. Let's respect it.
I'm assuming if they break the seal, they must seal it up somehow. Otherwise, as soon as they break the seal, they'll probably be okay, but there'll be a hole left in the hull, which you can't see, and they gloss it over. I'm assuming if they had something that came down, a connection that came down that bored a hole through. I'm assuming if they break the seal, it must reseal it somehow before it retracts. So otherwise, it just blow out all the air in the station. Oh, is it sealed up? Yeah, it's all done.
Minbari souls were being born in human bodies, using a device my people discovered 1,000 years ago.
A Minbari not born of Minbari.
My whole life has been leading to this.
So that's the device that Delen used to become more human. So is he going to use it to become more Minbari? Oh, I was going to try to make some notes because I've got so much going in my head. My pen's not working. So there's the station. Oh, what were the ships?
This way. This way?
I welcome.
Ah, they were Vorlons.
I am called Valen.
Ah. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. Oh, so many things in my head. I wish my pen was working so I could structure it a bit. So he's Valen. So he's the Valen who, let's say, started the Grey Council, helped win the war. So he used that device. There's a brain buster. They'd never seen that device before, and then he appeared then, and that's the device that Delenn used in the future as well to become more human. So where did that device come from? Because it seems to be like in an infinite loop. Delenn had it. It looks like it then went to Sinclair, who took it in the past, who then gave it to Delenn. So where did it come from initially? So yeah, he's Valen. So he's human who became Minbari, and so from then on, Minbari souls were put into humans. Oh, I don't quite understand that still. It's not like he was having children, I'm assuming. So Minbari sort of human hybrids. That's not quite what was happening. They said that the souls of Minbari were going into humans. I don't quite understand that. But it seems to be the fact that he went back has triggered that somehow. So he's the one that they literally he's the one, but he's the one that during the war, the ship that Delenn was on, and I think it was Delenn herself, picked his fighter to test him, and that's where they discovered that human souls were in. Sorry, Minbari souls were in humans. So, is it the fact that they picked his ship that made it that he was the one that this all happened to, or was it just always meant to be him? Oh, I don't know. Because if they picked anybody else, then he wouldn't be in the position that he's in now. Because the Minbari specifically asked for him to be in charge of Babylon 5 because of what happened, what they knew. Yeah, that's a thinker. I liked the jumping around they did in the episode. So I always thought it was Sinclair in the suits that we saw, but obviously then we see the other side of the story, and it was a mixture of all of them. It's so cleverly done, because obviously back then Sheridan didn't exist as far as we were concerned in the episode. They didn't know who the actor was going to be, so they didn't show him, but it integrates so nicely. It works so well. And I say that speech that Zathras gave of the one, explaining that one of the, I can't remember how he worded it. It wasn't the past. It was the one that was, the one that is, and the one that will be. So well done. I don't know how J. Michael Straczynski thought this all through. It's just so perfect. All perfectly linked. And it made it even more complicated because originally it was meant to be Sinclair, I'm still going to call him Sheridan, all along. But then obviously, God, I've forgotten his name, the actor, but the actor who plays Sinclair became ill, so they replaced him. and it works perfectly as it is. Obviously, it wouldn't if they couldn't have brought him back. They needed him for the episode. But even just being in the episode, they made him look older. There was a good reason for that. So well done. Garibaldi wasn't in the episode at all. We did see him, but it was all clips from the first episode. He wasn't seen at all in this one. So well done. Yeah. I need to think about it a lot. So much happened. I probably even need to watch. I'm not going to have time. It's not going to happen. But ideally, you kind of need to watch the first one again and then watch these two again to see all the links and the way it all integrates in. But from what I can remember and from what I've seen, it fits perfectly. So you saw Babylon 4 at the end. And I saw the ships, and after thinking back now, they were Vorlon ships either side. And then we saw Vorlons. Oh, I didn't see what their faces looked like. I'm assuming they looked like the Minbari. I don't know. Or I might have trivia about that, or at least a picture of what they looked like. I'm not sure if you could see even, because it was quite a long shot. But I'm assuming they look like Minbari. They'd have to. But how did they? Why are they there? Because they're in the past. So how did they know Babylon 4 was going to come back? When it went back, did Sinclair send them a message and explain what's going on? So that's why they then come and they've done this? Don't know. Don't know about that. I'm not sure if there's any holes in what happened from what we've seen and what we understand. I'm not sure. Sinclair. Sinclair aged. There was that glitch. So did he seemed to physically age? Visually age? Did he actually age? Because if he then changed to Valen, he's not going to have had much life left to do everything he did. So I don't know how that quite works. But I suppose all we really know is that he helped win the war. He created the Grey Council. That could all have been done in a short amount of time, in a few years, I suppose. So, and it's just his legacy lived on. So actually, yeah, that doesn't make much difference, to be honest. Yeah. Wow. Such a good episode. I like time travel episodes, but this one, so well done. Yeah, especially seeing it from what we saw in the first episode and then seeing the other side of everything in this one. Yeah, genius. Yeah, let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below. And I'll see you for the next one. Be seeing you.